Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are live again for Max Monday on Pokemon GO, and it features Dynamax Shuckle. Dynamax Shuckle has the highest defense stat in the game, so it's not going to be a super easy solo. It might be quite slow, but it is soloable. It just takes a lot of time really, but hopefully we're going to do quite a few of those today. And it is a level 2 Dynamax, so it does cost 400 max particles, which is slightly annoying. It does sort of decrease the amount that we can do, but hopefully we are lucky enough to get that shiny, because it is a very nice shiny. It goes to that lovely blue colour. Hey Sarui, how are you? Thanks very much for joining, mate. Let's just feed our Lugia to get him on the map. And we'll head over to this first Dynamax Shuckle battle. Now, of course, last week we didn't go live for Max Monday, and that is because it was Dynamax Regirock. That was a featured Dynamax for last week, and therefore I did a community meetup in my local community, and we managed to do quite a few Dynamax Regirocks, just never managed to get the shiny, which is a little bit annoying. Vinzin is here as well, thanks very much for joining. Hey WS, you've joined us on here as well, thanks very much for that, mate. Much appreciated. Alright, let's head over to... How long have these been on this gym? 9 hours, we'll leave them on for a bit. I always try and make sure that people have been on gyms for 8 hours before I kick them. He's been on there for 9 hours, but I'll probably leave them overnight. Feeling a little bit generous. But yeah, I always try and make sure they've stayed on there for more than 8 hours. That way they're definitely going to get their 50 coins if you've not already got them today. So the team we're going to use for this is going to be Zaramazenta, and then I think second we're probably going to end up using Metagross, and then third we're going to go for a water type. So we're probably going to go with Kingler, I would say. Kingler has got a max move, so that'll be brilliant. So let's see how easy this is to solo with this team. We'll just save this as well as Shuckle, and we'll try with this team. Need doing the level 20 max moves, yeah. Hello. Hey Noah, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Zacian should do a job. Yeah, so I think the best attacker for this is, in fact, I think it's Inteleon. But I haven't really got an Inteleon powered up. I never really got a good one. So I'm going to run with Zaramazenta and Metagross as tanks, because I think pretty much anything can tank this really. Because it's so slow to do an attack, you don't really need anything of particular, you know, bulkiness really. As long as it's got like a quick fast move to be able to charge that max meter up as quickly as it can. I think you can pretty much use anything against this, just because it's so slow to attack. It's probably got one of the lowest attack stats, or the slowest attack stat in the game. But in terms of a defense stat, it is actually the highest by quite some distance. I think the defense stat on Shuckle is around 398, something in the ballpark of that. Whereas the next highest, which is Deoxys defense form, which a lot of people would assume is the highest defense stat in the game, it is actually only around about 330 odd. So there's about 60 defense stat higher in Shuckle than there is in the likes of Deoxys defense, which is just incredible really. But of course Shuckle can't get powered up anywhere near the heights of what Deoxys defense can, so therefore it's just not that useful. Imagine if you give Shuckle an evolution and allowed it to go over like 2000 CP, it would just be an absolute boss. It would just boss everything, wouldn't it? So yeah, it looks like in 2 Dynamaxes we should be able to do this. So they are quite easy to solo by the looks of it. I know when Shuckle is on raids and it's on level 3 raids, I know it is quite a difficult solo to do on a raid because of how bulky it is. But yeah, running G-Max Kingler is definitely looking like a good choice. So yeah, 2 Dynamaxes, 1.5, not too bad. Now of course the shiny does look very, very cool, so hopefully we get it. Let's see if the first one we get a shiny. No, it goes all blue when it's shiny. It looks absolutely amazing. I've got a gym literally next to my house. Practically I've been holding it down. That is awesome. It's always good when you like live on a gym, because if ever a raid pops up or whatever that you fancy doing, you can just do it straight away from a comfort of your own home. That's always an awesome thing to have. And like you say, you can always just hold the gym down. But of course, every now and again you do want to be kicked out, so you get your coins. But yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, Wash Rotom is going to be the in-person shiny. That is going to be very, very cool. A few more details got leaked. I don't think they've been officially put on the Pokemon socials or anything like that, but I think they've been leaked from others. But yeah, shiny Wash Rotom is going to be quite an interesting one. I don't know if I've got a Wash Rotom already. Obviously not shiny, but I'm wondering whether I got one before or not. Let's have a quick look. Rotom? Yeah, so I have got Wash Rotom before. I've got the Fridge Rotom. And I've got the normal Rotom, but I've never had a shiny one. So getting a shiny would be amazing. Right, we're also going to do Rockets tonight, because I am very close to leveling up to level 79. Like, unbelievably close. I mean, the skyline here is just... I'm going to have to show you on my camera in a minute, guys, because the skyline here, I can't quite get over it. It just looks insane. So obviously it's been sunny here in the UK for quite a couple of weeks now. Very limited amount of rain, which has been nice. It means that, you know, you can actually go walking and playing Pokemon and not have to worry about whether to bring a coat or not. But today looks a little bit different, especially now. It has gone definitely a lot more darker overhead. So hopefully it doesn't bring the rain with it, but it is incredible. I'll show you the difference in a second. Diamongous. There we go. So before we catch this, let me just show you this. So hopefully you can see. So this is where I am. So that's the skyline in one perspective, but as I rotate round, that has got thunderstorm written all over it, hasn't it? That just looks... sun? Hell. I think like heaven and earth have just collided. I'm gonna get so wet right now, aren't I? It's been raining here on and off all day, as if we've not had any rain here, but it definitely looks like it's gonna rain. It definitely feels like it's gonna rain. Yeah, it's just, it looks so weird. Like I've immediately started walking under these clouds as well, and it's just gone instantly cooler. Like, weirdly cooler. It's definitely got thunderstorm written all over it. Definitely. Yeah, weird. Really weird. I think it's definitely going to start thundering at some point. But let's see if we can get to a few more Dynamaxes before that happens. We have got one over there. We are going to head to that now. on, let's put another egg in an incubator. We'll head over to this Dynamax, and then after this one, we will start our Daily Adventure Incense. In fact, we're going to start it now. Don't mind losing a couple of minutes while we're doing a Dynamax Shuckle. Might as well start the incense while it's sunny weather. Lombre. Yeah, it's now raining in game, which always feels like it's definitely on the way. Hoping they do something crazy for a 10th anniversary in June or July. Yeah, hopefully we do. Like I say, Armoured Mewtwo's been massively rumoured, and the rumours seem a little bit too strong to be ignored, really. So I do wonder whether we're going to bring back Armoured Mewtwo and a clone Pokemon at some stage. If we don't bring them back this year, I can't see him ever coming back. I can't see him ever coming back if you don't bring them back this year. I think it would just be too big of a thing for them not to bring it back on the 10-year anniversary, if that makes sense. It just seems a huge opportunity missed if we don't bring them back. So, but then again, I think somebody in my local community mentioned that somebody high up at Pokémon GO, at the Pokémon company, mentioned that they would never bring it back because they've lost the licensing for the costume. But I don't believe that. I don't know. I've never seen the footage of a clip of a guy saying that anyway, but he swore that he saw it. But we'll have to see. Like I say, if this year doesn't bring it back, I don't know what will. 10-year anniversary, it's going to be bigger and better than anything. So yeah, it's going to start raining. I'm getting spat at. Either it's raining or people don't like me and they're spitting on me as I walk past. Hockter. We'll try and power through, guys. We'll try and power through. Hopefully it's only a short shower when it starts arriving. We always try and power through on the live streams, no matter what the weather. And now we have got a good backup as well, because we set the Nintendo Switch up the other day. We did our first Switch Sunday yesterday on YouTube, which went pretty well, to be honest. So yeah, we've definitely got a backup. If ever the weather is too bad, we can always just go back and jump on the Switch for a bit. So we've definitely got a backup plan for those sometimes terrible evenings, weather-wise. Let's switch back into Kinglet. It does look such a cool Gigantamax, especially when it's shiny. Just looks like a Santa crab with that massive beard. Should be able to get it down without it attacking us. There we go. Shuckle is down and out. yeah, so it should be really, really good. I've actually got an Armoured Mewtwo lined up as a lucky trade. I mean, I've got one already, but somebody said they were going to give me an Armoured Mewtwo as my 50th lucky trade as part of the level 79 task, which is literally my next lucky trade. I'm one lucky trade away. So I'm hopefully going to do that lucky trade either later on today or tomorrow, depending on when we're free. And obviously when I do that lucky trade, I'm definitely going to be screen recording that. But I don't know whether we're doing it as a lucky trade or whether it's just going to be a guaranteed lucky because it's from like 2019. So it should go down as a guaranteed lucky. I don't know if we're going to take the chance of it potentially not being guaranteed. I don't know. But we'll see what he feels like tomorrow. I don't think he expected me to be so close to wanting it. I think he thinks he had a bit more time to try and trigger lucky friends, but it hasn't happened as of yet, so we might just have to take the hit with it being a year 2019 Pokemon, whether it should be a guaranteed lucky. Venusaur. Yeah, it is raining, so the screen's getting a little bit annoyingly wet. Right, we didn't do too bad on the Shuckle then. We got 228 CP, which was a 93, 15, 15, 12. Yeah, see, I think I've definitely done 8. But it's just whether some people have traded you stuff from an earlier year and you didn't realise. You always run that risk when you've only got like a couple of guaranteed lucky trades left. I don't think he's done any, or if he has, he's only done a couple. So it's more so if I've received any that I don't know about. But I'm pretty sure I've got 1 or 2 more guaranteed lucky trades left. I'm pretty sure. So it's whether it's worth a gamble or not. But we'll see what he says later on. Somebody just driving past and shouting at me out of the window. Don't even know him. So it's always nice. Yeah, I mean, when we first release them at the start of the year, I always like to just get them done straight away. If I can find somebody to trade with and get the 10 done straight away, because then at least you know you've done 10. Whereas as the year goes on, you start losing track with things, don't you? It's a little bit more difficult to work it out. Right, we've got 2 more Shuckles here. So let's do this one. And we can do the other one straight after. Yeah, I don't think this is a Pokemon to do a Jonathan challenge on. Jonathan always tries to see if I can do a Shuckle v Shuckle or whatever, you know, like the same Dynamax as what we're facing. We've done it in the past with a few, and I know the Whale Lord one was a very epic battle where we only just managed to do it. We had to use Whale Lord against Whalmer, but we only just managed to do it. It was a pretty epic battle, that was. But I don't think Dynamax Shuckle against Shuckle is going to work. I don't think that's possible. It will be one of the slowest battles in history if we did attempt it. I mean, could you imagine how long that battle's going to take? We'd be in till tomorrow, I think, doing it. I ended up getting a costume Charmander with a Cubone hat. It was from 2019, but we already totally forgot about it. No way, that is awesome. Yeah, it is a really cool costume, that is, as well. It is super cool costume. I think I managed to get that one shiny. I'm pretty sure I managed to get that Charmander with a Cubone hat shiny. I'm going to have to check in a minute. But yeah, it was a pretty cool event, that was. I'm surprised they haven't brought them back around again. There's certain costumes like that which you only tend to bring around once. And at the time, obviously, you don't realise that's the case. But we only ever seem to bring certain ones around once. So that's why whenever there's a costume event now, no matter what it is, I always try and hit them pretty hard, because you don't tend to know whether we're going to bring them back again or not. You know, stuff like the fashion event and stuff like that, you always know that they're going to return in one way, shape or another. But when there's certain events like the Charmander with a Cubone hat, it's always a little bit wary on whether they'll return or not. He's got a shiny one but no spares. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, so the visor ones, so like the Charmander, Bulbasaur and Squirtle with a Pikachu visor. Again, I think I've got a couple of those shiny, but I don't think I've got them all. So they're going to be a cool return. Yeah, again, they were years old, they were. I think the last time they could have been about was like the 5th anniversary. Might have been. Because we did have a couple of things like that for the 5th anniversary of Pokemon GO. Because obviously it was like the 25th anniversary of Pokemon itself. Or it might have been even before that, but I'll double check in a minute. 209 on that Shuckle, not very good. Right, let's see how we are doing with particles. Let's claim these ones, and then claim the 300 walking. And we get 630 in total, so we can do one more battle. Let's just check our Charmander and costume. So yeah, we've got a little hat one there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, shiny one with a hat. There you go, that's the hat you mean, the Pikachu visor. Yeah, 2020 we caught that, so probably before the 5th year anniversary. The 5th year anniversary would have been, of course, 2021. So yeah, 2020, that one. Have we got a Venusaur? Or sorry, the Bulbasaur, should I say? Yes, we have got a Bulbasaur. We've also got Bulbasaur with the skull hat as well. We got that one from a trade, but I think we did a like for like on that one. But yeah, we have got a Bulbasaur. Have we got the Squirtle? That'll be the set complete if we've managed to get that one. Yes, we have. We've got a couple of the Squirtle, in fact. But I do wonder if this year they'll allow you to evolve them, because at the moment you can't evolve them. So I do wonder if this year they'll release it so you can evolve them. Be interested to see. Because sometimes if you release a costume for his like their first stage evolution, I think Krogunk did that. With the backwards hat Krogunk that you get from Fashion Week, They released that just as a Krogunk costume, and then the next year they released it so you could evolve it. Yeah, I don't really do PvP. I mean, I've got to when I get to level 79, because I think one of the challenges is to win like 99 PvP battles, which is just annoying for me. I mean, I can always have a go at PvP if people want to battle me, but I won't be adding people specifically for PvP. I mainly just do raids and stuff like that. I mean, I've not even actually done a PvP battle this season. So for the last time today, we're doing a Shuckle battle. Can we finish on a high? Can we finish with a shiny? Now it is raining a little bit more now, but I'm hoping that after we've done this battle, we can still keep walking around a little bit just to do our Daily Adventure Incense, if nothing else. So I'm going to carry on walking and see what the weather does, I think. At this moment in time, I'm walking further away from my house, so that bodes well if it starts absolutely hammering it down, doesn't it? I'm sure I can find cover somewhere if it does. So in terms of Gigantamax Inteleon and Gigantamax Kingler, I don't think there's a massive amount different in those as water type attackers. I think Inteleon is slightly better, which makes sense because of course that is a generation where Gigantamax and Dynamax came from. So it makes sense that all those starters are the best in class. So Cinderace is the best fire type attacker from a Gigantamax point of view, beating the likes of Charizard. And of course Inteleon's the best water type, and Rillaboom is the best grass type, beating Venusaur. So that makes sense, that those are the best in class, being that it came from that generation. But of course we did have a Gigantamax battle day on Saturday, which if you've not already seen, we did do some pretty good results with, to be fair. We managed to get a couple of shinies, one being Charizard and one being Gengar from that Gigantamax day. And we did around about 21, 22 battles in total. So with the shiny odds being 1 in 10, or 1 in 20 should I say, we did actually really good with the shiny odds. You know, 2 in 22 is not bad at all. I know a lot of people managed to do quite a lot of Gigantamaxes and not managed to get a shiny, so... And of course, one of those shinies was a Gengar, which I'm more than happy to get more Gigantamax shiny Gengars. No matter what the stats, we can always lucky trade them, like for like, to try and make it better. But there we go, Dynamax Shuckle is down and out for the last time this evening. Let's see if we can finish with a shiny. Is it blue? Come on. No, it isn't. 191, terrible, terrible, terrible CP. Absolutely dire. Shocking CP. Now, of course, the new event starts tomorrow, the Steeled Resolve event, and that is where we're going to get a brand new level 3 raid boss added to the game. Orthworm is going to be making its Pokémon GO debut tomorrow, which is a very, very cool looking Pokémon, and it can be shiny straight away from level 3 raids. It's very much similar to the likes of Turtonator, Bombardier, those sort of level 3 Pokemon which get immediately shiny released on debut. So it falls into the same category as those. So it's only going to be available on level 3 raids during this next week's event. And then of course it will eventually feature in level 3 raids in the future on other events, but it is going to be increased during this next week's event. And of course, with it being on level 3 raids, it's probably going to be 1 in 64 shiny odds for that new shiny Pokemon. Mega Phalanx is going to be the next new Mega, the newest Megas from Legend ZA. And those are the Megas that can go to level 4 on the Mega. So we can level up to Mega 4. And by getting a Pokemon to Mega 4, it basically doubles the amount of XP, bonus XP you get per catch and stuff like that compared to level 3. So it is definitely worthwhile getting some Pokemon up to Mega 4. Not so much that they're useful, but so much that it helps you when you're out and about catching Pokemon of the same typing. It gives you additional XP, additional Candy XL and stuff like that. So it is really, really cool in that respect. So definitely worth one doing some battles just so that you can Mega Evolve it. And of course, with it being on a raid day, it is definitely worth doing the free ones at least. And hopefully that will give you enough Mega Energy that you can Mega Evolve your own. And then you can always just wait 7 days until you can Mega Evolve it again for free to build up that Mega Energy. Build up that Mega level, should I say. That's always tends to be how I do it. Don't go out my way particularly to try and max Mega something using loads of Mega Energy. I always just wait for the time gate. Yeah, 23rd of May. That is a Saturday. I would love to be able to trade, but unfortunately you have to be within 100 meters of each other to do a trade. There is a new remote trade feature, but it's only available for Forever Friends. And to become Forever Friends, you have to be interacting with each other for more than 6 months. So, unfortunately, it is a long process to become Forever Friends. And then only then can you only do one trade once you become Forever Friends. So yeah, it is a long, long process. So unfortunately, no trading to anybody instantly. It's probably one of the most common questions I get asked both on YouTube and on TikTok is to do trades. A lot of people don't realise you can't do it remotely straight away. It is something you can only do when you're close by each other. Yeah, Mega Sharpedo's back on raids this week. As of Wednesday onwards, Mega Sharpedo will be back on raids. We've also got Tapu Lele back on raids as well. Yeah, I can do raid invites for Mega Sharpedo from Wednesday onwards. That is absolutely fine. Yeah, exactly. It is one of the common questions, I think. Yeah, it is 100 meters, yeah. Luckily, the rain doesn't seem to have landed as heavy as what it looked like it was going to. It's just some light drizzle, which is good. It means I don't have to keep wiping the phone screen every 10 seconds or anything like that. Yeah, a bit laggy. I do apologise. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to avoid that area right there. I'm not going to go down that area. Let's head back the way we came. Yeah, what do you mean, sorry, about GPS app name? Hey Henry, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. What is GPS app name? Comment. I don't know what you mean by that, sorry. Oh, does he think I'm spoofing? Is that what he thinks? The GPS thing he's on about. Yeah, I think is he sort of thinking I'm spoofing? Is that what he's on about? The amount of people who, you know, can't believe they're watching a Pokemon Go player playing legit. It's amazing. Just to show you that I am actually playing legit and walking around, here's the camera. Hello everybody. Face reveal. Hello everybody. So yeah, there we go. I'm actually walking around. I'm getting rained on as we speak. It's all fun and games playing Pokemon legit. It's not too bad a rain, to be fair. Noibat. Right, so let's have a look at these level up tasks. 92 friend requests and I've got no friend space. It's amazing, isn't it? I've got 1 friend space and I've got 92 friend requests. It's just not happening for 91 people. So yeah, the level up requirements for level 79 require me to defeat a Team Go Rocket leader 30 times, of which we've done it 29 times. So we need to get another couple of Rocket Grunts defeated to be able to get a Rocket Radar, and then we can do that final one. And then the lucky trades, we've done 49 out of 50. Apparently an Armoured Mewtwo is heading my way for the 50th lucky trade, so we're going to have to see if we manage to get that. And of course, it may not even be a lucky trade guaranteed. It may be something we hope that from year 2019 goes lucky. So fingers crossed that does, but I will be screen recording it when we do that trade, because of course after that, that is going to trigger the level 79, if it goes lucky, that is. So I will definitely be screen recording that. But that might be tonight. That might be later on tonight. So fingers crossed, it all comes through. First Shadow Shiny, and it was a Latios. That is awesome. Congrats on that. That is amazing. We did manage to get a Shadow Shiny today, but I didn't manage to screen record it, annoyingly. We got a Shadow Shiny Meowth, which is a little bit weird from a Rocket Grunt. Of course, every Pokemon from a Rocket Grunt could now be Shadow Shiny, but I don't know what the odds of these are, whether it's still in 1 in 256. They used to be half odds, as what we called them. Of course, full odds is 1 in 512. Half odds is half that, so 1 in 256. So I'm guessing they're still these odds, but very, very cool shiny Shadow, although terrible on the stats. Hopefully your Latios is a lot better than mine, Henry, because mine is rubbish. Right, how long left have we got on this incense? We've got 57 seconds left on this incense. Purifiable 98, that is an awesome one. Congrats on that. It might be something worth, I don't know if you have purified it. Have you purified it, or have you left it at the moment? I was going to say it might be worth purifying it because of its Mega evolution. Of course, you can't Mega Evolve a Shadow, but you can Mega Evolve a purified one. So therefore you can end up with a 98 98 Mega Latios, which would be awesome. Definitely ranks a lot higher as a Mega than it does a Shadow. Yeah, so completely up to you, Henry. But yeah, the app that I always use, and I always mention it on the videos, is Dialga Dex. If you want to check it out, please do so. Again, I'm not advertised to, I should be advertised, shouldn't I? The amount of times I mention this app. But yeah, Dialga Dex, I don't know if it's available as an app. I've got it as like an internet shortcut. on my Android phone. So you might just have to type it on Google, Dialga Dex. And on here, it gives you all the different typings. And if we go over to Dragon, which of course is what Mega Latios is, Dragon and Psychic. But if we go over to Dragon and scroll down, you can see there Mega Latios is 50th as the best dragon. And if we go down a little bit further to Shadow Latios, you can see there Shadow Latios is 25th. So 10 places lower is Shadow Latios as a dragon type. Now if we go over to the Psychic typing, Mega Latios or Shadow Latios appears in 8th place as the sort of the best Psychic type. It's down there as number 8th. And the Mega Latios is at 3rd, so it is at top, it is within the top 5 of the Psychic types as an attacker when it's megaed, but of course Shadow doesn't quite get to those heights. So again, it's completely up to you what you want to do, whether you keep it as a Shadow, which is of course a little bit more rarer, or whether you want to make use out of it and mega evolve it and start getting up them mega levels so that you can use it in raids. Again, it's completely up to you, mate. But definitely something worth thinking of. Mega Shadow would be completely game breaking. Yeah, I don't think the game would survive that. It would be absolutely crazy. Can you imagine like Mega Shadow Darkrai when that comes out? That would be game breaking. Yeah, a primal Shadow Groudon, that'll be just ridiculous. But yeah, annoyingly you can't mega evolve them. I think that's because they already have a 20% attack boost when they are Shadow. It loses 20% of its defense, but it has 20% more attack. So it already has better attack stat than the normal. So obviously Mega does very much similar things to the attack stats. So it just would add on to that 20% already, which would just make it ridiculous amount of attack damage. Yeah, the Pokemon abilities would be game breaking as well. Yeah, Z moves as well. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with the likes of the Z moves and stuff like that. Whether we ever add them in or not. Obviously there's some Pokemon which have been nerfed when we've been added to Pokemon GO. Trying to think of one on the top of my head, but there's Pokemon which have come into Pokemon GO that should have been like completely groundbreaking and like destroyed the meta, and they've been nerfed, so they've been made less, you know, less good than what they should be really. That does happen. So yeah, a lot of Pokemon have been nerfed over the years to make them not as good as what they should be. But it'll be interesting if ever we do unlock those nerfed Pokemon, because that will definitely change the meta. There's a lot of those that have been nerfed, like you say. Yeah, so Darkrai hasn't even got its legacy move. Which might be something that they hold back for when its Mega comes out. Might be something that you can only get through certain events when it's Mega released, potentially. Like on a Mega Raid day, it might know that move, for example, to encourage people, even more people to do it. You know, it's Mega Darkrai, surely that should encourage people enough anyway. But yeah, it might be something that we do for something like that. Or, you know, you've even got like the likes of Galarian Birds. The Galarian Birds haven't even got their legacy moves yet. And I do wonder whether that's going to be released when they eventually come out on raids, if they do come out on raids. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with those Galarian Birds. Whether they will forever remain in Daily Incense, or whether they will appear in raids eventually. Might be something where they appear in raids, but only in like the in-person events. So like the in-person Go Fest events, you might get like a Zapdos, and then another location might get a Articuno or whatever. I can imagine that happening. You've got no Galarian Birds? I'm guessing you've seen them, WS. They've just ran away, have they? How many shinies do you have? Let me just have a look. 4,192 shinies. And I do delete shinies as well. I have to. I have to delete shinies. Which is annoying, because I wish, you know, people just starting out the game were closer, so that I could just trade them for nothing. You know, just give me a Weedle and I'll trade you a shiny from a past community day, which I've got 30 of. You know, just most of them be community days. Yeah, I mean, community day Pokemon, I always delete the 0-star shinies and the 1-star shinies. 2-star shinies I save for like trades if anybody wants to do one. And then obviously 3-star shinies I save for myself. But some community days I haven't got a 3-star, so that's when the 2-star shinies will be saved for myself instead. But yeah, always 0-star and 1-star shinies from community days will be deleted. And then I just keep enough for the family of the 2-stars and 3-stars. $708 different shinies. Is there a way of knowing how many different shinies you've got? Is it on the... Surely there should be like a badge for this. I don't think there is a badge, is there? I don't think there is a badge, which is annoying. Should be on the Pokédex. Go on Dex. Ah, Dex shiny. Right, okay, yeah. So yeah, 811. That top number there, 811. Kanto Johto's completed. Hoenn? What am I missing on Hoenn? What am I missing on Hoenn as a shiny? That's not completed it. Oh, Relicanth. The bane of my life. Relicanth. Annoying that I haven't got that shiny. Sinnoh. Vespa Queen. I cannot believe I've not got that shiny, because this little guy here, who is really annoying, look at this, right, look at this. How unlucky is this? I have got 14 shiny Combees, and all of them, every single one is a male. Every single one is a male, so that means I can't even evolve it. So annoying, man. So annoying. 14 shiny Combee and not one of them can I evolve to a Vespa Queen. What, have you got a shiny Relicanth? Is that what you've got? Over B. Yes, I might have to take you up on that trade, because it is doing my head in, that is. The amount of times it gets featured in events, and I always head out and do the event, and I always end up getting shiny Combees, but they're always male. Just want that shiny with a little triangle on its face. Yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know what the odds are. I think the males do spawn more than the female ones do. The shiny odds will be the same, of course, but I think the odds of seeing a male are higher than seeing a female. But again, it's ridiculous how I've not managed to get a shiny female in 14 shinies. It just shouldn't be allowed. Right, have we got any recent hundos? Let's have a look. We have got a hundo Farfetch, which we got from a lucky trade yesterday. Somebody was doing some trash trades with me yesterday. I managed to get a lucky hundo Farfetch, which was pretty cool. I think this was the most recent lucky, which took me to 49 in fact, or 48 could have been. So yeah, it was very, very cool to get this, because I don't even think I've got a hundo Surfetched. So at some stage I will have to buddy this. So we've got hundo Farfetch. Let's go across to here and Surfetched. Can we go Surfetched? There we go, Surfetched. Caught, yeah, so we're missing the hundo Surfetched. So that will fill the Pokédex entry in for that. And I don't think we've got a lucky Surfetched, because of course you have to have Easy Buddy to evolve it. How many Gigantamaxes did you get a couple of days ago? I did 22 Gigantamax battles, but only caught 20 of them. 2 of them ran away. But I did manage to get 2 shinies. I don't think I got any really good ones. The best one of the day was probably like a 91 IV Venusaur, like as a normal Venusaur. But my 2 shiny ones was a 2-star Charizard and a 3-star Gengar, which of course really good for like trades. The Gengar's sort of borderline whether I'd trade it up to see if I can get it any better. Dang gift. Okay, I'll do it in a second. Now I don't know if I'm going to go live on TikTok later tonight if the weather keeps on raining like it is doing, or whether to go live on TikTok tomorrow to do more raids tomorrow, because of course tomorrow we've got that Orthworm as well. So yeah, it might be a case where tomorrow, hopefully it's drier weather, and we can go live on YouTube first and then on TikTok straight after. Yeah, and I've got the Meltan as well, yeah, good shout. So what I'll probably do is, depending on what people want to see, I can either do the Meltan box on TikTok or the Meltan box on YouTube, and the opposite one will get to see the Daily Adventure Incense. You know, I'll do one on one and one on the other. Just picking up shadows here, so this is brilliant for that task. Will that work with the Meltan box? Because I know it doesn't work with the Daily Incense. So does it work with a Meltan box? The double the duration thing? Oh, it does. Right, okay. That's interesting. So yeah, definitely be doing that on Sunday. 2 hours of Meltan box, that'll be insane. And I'll be able to do it from home as well. That'll be awesome. We're literally just going to live stream from my office room, just doing the Meltan box. Just going to be bone that day. Absolutely bone idle. Just stream for 2 hours doing a Meltan box. Why not? Yeah, a lot easier, definitely. It's good that you don't have to walk around for it. How do you get a Meltan box? Because I quit. Yeah, coin bag you have to walk around, which is annoying. Meltan box, you have to send a Pokemon over to Pokemon Home. So to do that, you can go into your settings. I'll show you in a minute, actually. Let me just catch this. So yeah, there's an app. There's an app on the App Store called Pokemon Home. If you haven't already got it, please download it. That is the easiest way to get Meltan boxes. And effectively, how good was that, by the way? Rubbish. So effectively, all you have to do is go onto settings, go onto connected devices and services, go on Pokemon Home, and then send a Pokemon. So click on send a Pokemon there, and when you get to this screen, click on continue, select a Pokemon which you want to send to Pokemon Home. So let's say, I don't know, Cherubi. Let's say it's a rubbish Cherubi. So let's say Cherubi, and we can send it we can transport it to Pokemon Home. Once we do that, once we press on that transport button, it will give us a Meltan box. Now I don't know if me doing this now will then stop me getting one tomorrow when the event starts, because I know normally you have to wait like 3 days to get a meltdown box, whereas I think this event starting tomorrow, you can get one daily. So I don't know if you know that, Sarui. If I was to transport this now to get a meltdown box, does that mean I can't receive one for another 3 days? I might be best waiting until the event starts tomorrow, aren't I would say. I'm probably best waiting until the event starts tomorrow, because I don't want to be locked out for 3 days. Yeah, I'm going to do it when the event starts. Because if I do it now and I end up not being able to receive another one for another 3 days, I'm going to be proper annoyed tomorrow, aren't I? So yeah, I'll just do it tomorrow. Play the safe game. Now the rain has got a lot heavier now, guys. But there is a Tapu Koko here. So if we've got enough people interested, I could do a Tapu Koko. If not, don't worry, we can do more tomorrow. That is absolutely fine. I think we'll probably just leave it for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be live streaming probably around the same time tonight, to be fair. So around 5:30 p.m. UK time. And like I say, we'll probably go live streaming on YouTube for about 45 minutes to around about 6:15, and then we'll switch over to TikTok for 45 minutes. So in total we'll do an hour and a half, but we'll just split it between the two. We may do a little bit longer, all depends on the weather, I suppose. But yeah, TikTok is probably mainly going to be the stream tomorrow where we do the raids. And on the YouTube stream beforehand, we'll be doing the meltdown box and just catching the event spawns. And maybe do a couple of those Orthworm raids as well, because that's going to be on raids tomorrow as well. Now with the weather being like this, it might be touch or go whether we manage to get level 79 today. If not, it might be tomorrow. Now, is this enough rocket battles to be able to earn a radar? Shiny, please be. No, not a shiny. But have we got a radar in? Remember, we only need to do one more battle. We have got a radar. So let's have a quick scan and see where the nearest team leader is. There's one down there. Let's go do it. I've had a couple of grunt shinies now. So we've had Meowth and we had Litwick. So I've had two now. Meowth today, Litwick probably about a month or two ago now. Right, which one is this? Which stop down here? Right, the middle one. Don't care what it is, we're just doing it so we've got that task done out of the way. You've been doing it for Hoppip. To be honest, there's none this time round that I really like. Magikarp's probably the best one, in my opinion. Just because, you know, Gyarados is partly useful. But it's not that useful, is it? Oh, there we go, we've got a Magikarp as well. Don't think this is the best team to use, but it is a team that we have been using for Cliff for quite some time now. So let's see if we can finish a live stream on a high. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see if we can finish the live stream on a high. Henry's back, just in time to watch us get a shiny from this Team Go Rocket Leader Cliff. How many spoons? I know. I called him Many Spoons for a reason. Mainly because this is a hundo one that I like to Mega Evolve. So I've nicknamed him Many Spoons. You could probably see it in the top corner. Because when he Mega Evolves, he just gains more spoons. They obviously just looked at Alakazam and thought, how can we make him more powerful? Give him more spoons. It's quite funny, the evolutionary line, because they just, you know, Abra just doesn't have a spoon. Kadabra's old enough where he can be trusted with a spoon, but he can only have one. And then Alakazam gets two, because, you know, he's a beast. So it's just like the more the evolution, the more trusted they get with spoons. And then Mega Alakazam's just like, oh, I'll have 6 for no reason. Not 3, which you would think and assume is the next stage. No, he has like 5 or 6. He goes mad on spoons. Imagine how fast that guy eats cereal. He must get through a bowl of cornflakes quicker than anything. Spoons. Many spoons. In fact, I might just have to Mega Evolve Alakazam while we're on the live. Making me want to go to Weatherspoons. Weatherspoons, Many Spoons. No shiny Magikarp, that's disappointing. For a 50th shadow off a Rocket Leader. For this research, you'd have hoped that we'd have got a shiny by now, but we haven't. Not terrible on the stats, but it is missing attack, which is probably the most vital one. But hopefully, on the next trade, if my mate appears tonight, with the weather being so bad, but if he does, we can hopefully get this trade completed, and we may level up to level 79, which again, I will screen record. But let's just Mega Evolve our Alakazam, just because I'm curious on how many spoons it does gain. So let's just Mega Evolve this one. It's not a hundo, but let's just Mega Evolve this one. How many spoons is that? 5. I was right, 5 spoons. So 1 spoon for Kadabra, 2 spoons for Alakazam, 5 for the Mega. Eating cereal like a beast. Right, and on that note, after what's turned out to be a very wet Max Monday, I'm going to finish the live stream, guys. So thanks very much for joining. Hopefully you'll see a little clip later on. I've been leveling up to level 79, fingers crossed, and maybe with a hundo Armored Mewtwo if it ends up going lucky and decent. Hopefully that's the case. But thanks very much for joining tonight, guys. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be live at around 5:30 PM UK time on YouTube, and then followed by a TikTok live stream doing some raids of the new event. So make sure to keep an eye out for that, and make sure to go follow me on TikTok if you haven't already, Danzo Biggins on TikTok. But thanks very much for tonight, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.